everybody, I am the Lazy Kiwi and today we are going to be going over a few things to do when you're feeling a little bit uninspired or bored of The Sims. I'm going to be going over 10 things today and I might do a few more of these videos in the future, but for today we're just gonna go with the 10 things that I thought of. But before we get into anything else, I would like to put up this featured comment from L. Thomas. You are so sweet. Thank you so much for leaving this lovely comment. If you guys would like to see your comments in my videos, do leave them down below. And if I really like them, I will feature them in my future videos. So the first thing to do is going to be to download a save file. Now I know not everybody is able to download stuff for their games, so this one is only for the people who can, but save files in The Sims 4 is just such a lovely way to make the game feel completely new, like new townies, new buildings, a lot of beautiful new things that just make the game feel so much different. A few examples of this is the Simsy save from Little Simsy or Simlessy's save file. There's just a bunch of beautiful save files out there. I will link a website down below for you guys so that you guys can find some save files if you do not know where to look for them. So a save file essentially is just when other people make their own save files available for download for other people, where they either build completely new buildings or updated all of the townies or stuff like that. I just feel like it's such a nice way to have a new beginning in your game. Our second fun thing to do when bored is going to be rotational gameplay. So if you guys are used to only playing with one family and you really do not want to play with multiple families, this might not be for you. But if you want to spice a few things up and maybe have your Sims just have more exciting relationships with other Sims, this might be a very fun thing to do. So by rotational gameplay, I do mean like maybe you play with your Sim's best friend and do a few things in their life, or maybe the fun aunt, or maybe the crazy uncle, or you just play with a few other Sims that are in your Sims family, like nephews. I just feel like that's a lot of fun. I personally haven't done that much before because I get tunnel vision and I get so focused on one family that I just cannot focus on a lot of them. However, I want to try this in the future and I feel like it could be a lot of fun and help me build better relationships for my Sims. So this might just be exactly what you need to make your game that little bit more exciting. Number 3 on our list is going to actually be using the calendar. Now, I know you probably are thinking, but I don't have seasons, and if you didn't know this, the calendar actually is a base game update. It hasn't always been, but it is now a base game update, which is just fantastic for everybody who wanted that but just didn't have the money or didn't want these seasons pack. So now here you have it, you have the calendar, and let me tell you, if you start a new save, or even if you're busy with one and you're feeling a little bit bored of it, adding a lot of events to the calendar is just such a fun way to spice your game up. A very good one that I always add myself is Spooky Fest, aka Halloween. You could also add some other fun things like just Hang Out with Friends Day or Pizza Marathon Day, just a lot of fun things like that, and I feel like it just makes your Sims do a lot more fun little things to keep yourself busy so that you just have some things to look forward to. Now, the one annoying thing with this, I will say, is that if you do not do the holidays, your Sims are probably gonna be sad unless you have a mod that doesn't make your Sims sad. Number 4 on our list is going to be rags to riches. Now, let me tell you guys, this is one of my favorite things to do. And if you don't know what a rags to riches challenge is, it's basically when you make a Sim, they're all alone. You could probably give them a pet, but usually they're all alone. And then you just add them onto a completely empty lot with nothing around them, and you have to make them collect things, go fishing, start painting, gardening, just doing a ton of different things to make money and literally build your way up from nothing. Zilch, no money. You also need to cheat away your money, of course, but so I absolutely love this challenge. This is how I started my own legacy challenge. Like, I started from nada, and I am just so obsessed with doing this. This is the most fun that I have in the game, is when I start a rags to riches challenge, because that initial part of like struggling your butt off to make money is just mwah, chef's kiss, absolutely perfect. Next up is going to be to utilize your packs. If you have packs, utilize them. Like, so many people, me included, forget about a lot of the things to do in the packs, like going camping, for example, going to Mount Carmel and skiing and stuff, even just going to the spa. Like, that's so simple and you can do it anytime with little to no money and still enjoy it, and it's just such a cute little event. So therefore I say that utilizing your packs is just such a fun thing to do. So if you do have packs, just deep dive into a few of them if you've kind of forgotten about them, just so that you can remember a few of the things that you really initially enjoyed, and just re-spark that old little flame that you had for the pack or never had, and now you can make a little flame for yourself. You'll get what I'm saying. Next up, number 6 on our list is going to be starting a legacy challenge. Now, once again, there is so many different types of legacy challenges. There's the Not So Berry challenge, the Decades challenge, the Family Dynamics challenge. There's just so many of them. I will include a list of this down below as well in the description for those of you who are curious about legacy challenges. I have my own legacy challenge, which is, it's not really any certain like legacy challenge, it's just my own legacy that I made up myself, and I'm just going along with it, and I'm having so much fun with that challenge. It's been keeping me busy for a year. I've almost been doing YouTube for exactly a year now, like the 26th of January. I would be doing YouTube for a year, and that would be how long I've been playing with my legacy challenge. And I'm currently almost only at generation 4, so it's actually kind of insane how long it's taking, but it has been keeping me extremely busy in The Sims, and I am still obsessed with the family. So this just goes to show that a legacy challenge can really keep you busy with your game. It can really help you to focus on a family. Now, the next one is a pretty small one, but I feel like it does make quite the difference when you actually do it, and that would just be picking random traits. Like, a lot of people usually go for like good, goofball, ambitious, you get the gist of it, and that just can cause your Sims to be kind of boring. So randomizing your traits could really help to make your Sims just a little bit more unhinged, if that's the right way to say it, because if your Sim is evil, hates children, and then also loves the outdoors, it's just gonna be such a fun combination. And randomizing is something that I always do, especially in my legacy challenge. I always randomize the traits because it's just that much more fun to not know what you're going to get, and then just going with it, just rolling with whatever the dice gives you. Number 8 on our list is going to be to create more families or redo already existing ones. Something I've been doing recently is giving the townies makeovers, so like the Goth family, the Spencer Kim Lewis family, just all of these families, I'm giving them complete new makeovers. Granted, I do have custom content, so that does make it so much more fun to do, but even if you don't have custom content, if you add more Sims from the gallery or In my personal opinion, I just love making these Sims so much more. But if you do not like making Sims, the gallery is always open. You can always get Sims off of there and then just add a bunch of new Sims or make them yourselves and add them into the community, because sometimes you just get a little bit bored of seeing the same thing over and over again, and maybe you don't want a new save file or something, so you just go ahead and make the Sims yourself or get them from the gallery, because honestly, who doesn't like to see a fresh new face every once in a while? Next up on our list is going to be to create relationships beforehand. So before you even start playing with the family, you give them relationships with people. Now, I am going to be recommending 2 mods for this. However, you do not need mods to do this. I will be putting up a cheats list for you guys, so you can use these cheats to set relationships for your Sims, and then you can basically have people be married or have people cheat or have just a lot better relationships with other family members and friends and whatnot. And I feel like that's such a fun way to start your game off, because you know, sometimes you just don't want your Sims to be completely alone. But if you do not want to sit and type out all of the cheats and you can get mods, I would highly recommend either getting MC Command Center, where you can change the relationship settings, or my personal favorite for changing relationships, which does make a lot easier, is going to be the UI cheats mod, because you can literally just right click and change it. So those are 2 mods to make it easier, but you can definitely just pressing the cheats, and then you have some more friends or stuff, because I feel like the game is just so much more fun if you do have a lot better relationships with other Sims. Therefore, I highly recommend doing this. And the last, number 10, but absolutely not least, is going to be one of my favorite things to do, which I'm thinking of incorporating into my legacy challenge as well, because this is just such a fun thing, is going to be randomizing everything. And no, I do not mean the in-game randomizations, I mean using websites to randomize. So either randomizing Sims and their stories completely with all of their traits and everything already randomized and set out for you, or using a wheel to randomize events to just start drama or have you do some other random things, which is just such a fun idea. And I think I'm absolutely gonna start doing this, because just imagine spinning the wheel and getting something random like killing your neighbor, and then you know, you're gonna have to kill your neighbor because you gotta do what the wheel tells you to do. It's the one rule you have to follow. But I just feel like this is gonna be such a fun thing to do, so therefore I recommend it to all of you guys to give it a go and maybe spin the wheel and have 17 babies, because I don't know, the possibilities are endless. I will be linking the wheel down below for you guys. I am going to link 2 versions, the original and an updated version where I added my own things that I think would be fun and not as dramatic, because, you know, sometimes you just want something to do that isn't gonna ruin / just change your Sims' life completely. But anyway, guys, with that, I will be ending this video off. So thank you all so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video, please do consider liking and subscribing to my channel. And I will definitely see you all in another video. Goodbye, everybody!